Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are talking about the investment basically of the tax box which was not tested by the American government. Literally basically this came into the head of America basically. But actually it was not America basically. But American came into picture basically. Because software is connected with America only. So one of the person told that 50 lakh crore basically they are giving to India basically. So there was no responsibility of Indian government basically. That is the Congress. BJP basically just now came basically. But Congress basically there was no responsibility of Congress. So one of the person told that yes, here basically it was responsible person basically, the Congress group basically, who are sitting at Parliament House basically. So if anybody will go give the argument, sorry, the give uh, sorry, not to give basically, they basically do argument with the government basically. Government basically sent police, they basically sent cyber cell group, and they basically blocks the mobile number, they basically blocks the email ID. Just now in previous video basically you saw my LinkedIn ID was blocked. Naukri.com basically they, I don't know, basically they released the uh, unblocked the Naukri.com and Monster ID. But there basically I have applied. Still basically I have not got the job basically. So one of the person told that American group basically passed this to Indian government, and Indian government basically, that is the Congress group basically, who were responsible. So one of the person told that who is handling the politics group basically. So one of the person told that it might be Sayajirao Gaikwad basically. He's a uh, king basically of Vadodara city. He basically handles the political people basically. Lots of people says that basically Hyderabad basically is also one of the king basically who is handling the political people basically. So one of the person told that this group basically are responsible because they are taking 50 lakh crore basically. It's not a small amount basically. So one of the person told that money basically spended and there is no response, there is no output of money basically. And literally basically Space Center group told that basically India is sorry, USA is responsible. And USA basically, I don't know how they basically passed the message to Space Center that America nahi basically, India is also responsible. Because they basically showed some amount, might be showing, might be basically displayed some amount in front of the Space Center that I mean Indian group basically are taking 1 lakh crore. Sorry, 50 lakh crore. So here basically don't see about the amount basically. Amount can be 50,000 crore, 25,000 crore. They basically given to the Indian government. So they are telling that basically half of the amount basically we are giving to the Indian group basically. So there is no responsibility of Narayana Murthy, TCS. TCS basically, I don't know, he left basically. Then Wipro group basically, Ajim Premji basically, they don't have any responsibility. They only have the guts to take the money from America. So they told that this group basically only know this how to give problem to Sunil Nair basically. If Sunil Nair basically is giving this output basically, then they basically will create problem to Sunil Nair basically. They basically blocked the LinkedIn ID and they basically, I don't know what else basically they might have done basically. Because in Pune basically they literally tried to kill Sunil Nair 3 times basically. In Pune, that was basically NCP group, Congress and BJP group basically. And this basically you can't tell the police basically. Why? Because police are giving support to the BJP, Congress and political people basically. So you can't tell this complaint to the police also basically. Police will say that चल बे निकल ले यहाँ से. हम ही उनको से we are only basically giving protection to them, that group basically. So one person told that basically when war will start na basically, that time police department will literally know that basically if they might have watched this video and done some action basically, that might be solved the lots of problem basically. Currently basically war is ongoing. Russia and Ukraine, and I don't know how many countries basically are into this war. So that basically there basically war started basically. See basically. So here basically I'm not going to the war basically, but if basically the certain level of group will not take the action basically, then this will convert to war only basically. Mark my word basically. Because America is telling that basically India is responsible. They basically literally told. If you want to ask basically you can ask them basically. So one of the person told that India is very powerful basically. Indian people basically are very political people basically. So they might have done some future plan also. If basically America will create problem to India, then how to tackle with American government basically, American group basically. So I am 100% sure basically they might have done some plan. Because India also know that basically problem has occurred. So one of the person told that how to solve this problem basically. Because text box is created or not just now basically. That's why basically the people basically who of the Indian human resource group basically there people basically because if anything happens to the software industry people basically then the human resource group will be responsible. That's why still basically the 70% people basically are working from home. They are not mad basically. The human resource group of India basically are not mad. They might be watching this video also basically. Otherwise basically how they taken the decision basically of 70% still people basically sitting at home because it might possible that laptop get blast, computer get blast, entire building basically get power supply problem basically. It might possible basically because suddenly basically space center group will send something to the entire building basically, entire infotech park basically. That might possible basically. I am 100% telling you after this video basically it might be possible. Lots of things basically will happen. If you basically don't have any trust, then basically see practically basically. Lots of people basically might get lots of problem basically. That's why basically, so one of the person told that then basically how people basically are working from home basically. That is also question. From home basically everything is going fine. From office basically nothing is going fine. That is also question basically. So one person told that we basically only use Dell computer. One person, another person told that we only use compact computers. We only use HP computers. We only use this computer. We only use that computer. Basically. That basically was the answer. So that is also might be correct. But exactly basically we can't say. Why? I have taken one example. One text box is getting displayed in Vadodara city. Around 20 crore people basically are using that text box. Using the text box means they are basically typing something in text box. Suddenly basically the power supply group basically that is the Karnataka group basically they only sent assume that basically the text box is created from getting power supply from 1000 cities. From 1000 city they only send the 500 city power supply. Now basically what are the things going to happen? It might possible you mark my words 100% MGVCL will get blast. GB's the power station will get blast. ONGC might be get blast. Reliance group basically that is IPSL group basically might get blast because they are also taking the data from Karnataka group basically. So one of the person told that passing the data basically after watching this video, it have to check basically 100 times. If you are passing 500 data only, power 500 CT power supply data only, then what are the impact going to happen? So this was supposed to test long before basically. Why Karnataka group that is a Sanskrit group basically not tested this? Why basically they have not tested this basically? They were supposed to test this basically. Why they have not tested? So that is also question basically. So one of the person told that this was supposed to be tested. This was supposed to be tested. Why the basically the Sanskrit group basically not tested this basically. This was supposed to be tested. Why basically they have not tested this? So next video basically we are going to see this.